Don't turn off your Facebook ad campaign. Now, this might be something that kind of goes against what you're feeling right now. If you have a campaign that's been running for quite a while, but it's just not getting you results, it's hard to justify why you should keep it running. But in this video, I'm actually going to talk about a strategy that's been working extremely well for my clients, specifically in e-commerce, and how you can apply it, and also the reason why it works so well. And that is what I call the Evergreen campaign strategy. So that's what I'm going to discuss in this video. And it's basically how to build and maintain momentum for long-term profitable customer acquisition by applying the Evergreen campaign strategy. And if that sounds a little bit complex, I'm going to break it down and simplify it. And I'm also going to show you an example of one of my clients' ad accounts where we actually have applied this strategy this year to show you what it looks like and how it has performed. But before I get into that, you might ask yourself why you should even listen to me. There's a lot of marketers on YouTube talking about different strategies. So a little bit about me. I've been in performance marketing for the last 5+ years. And I started off taking my mom's e-commerce business from 520K in yearly revenue all the way up to 1.8 million in just 2 years. And that was with more than a 10x ROAS. So it was actually quite a lot higher than 10x. I just don't know specifically what the numbers were, so I'm just being conservative and I'm saying 10x, but it's probably a lot higher than that. And as you can see on the screenshot below, this is one of the campaigns that we ran in this period where we have a 58.48 ROAS, just amazing results. Since then, I've managed multiple different ad accounts for businesses all around the world and a total of multiple 7 figures in ad spend. That's in USD for businesses all over the world. So US, UK, Australia, Scandinavia, Europe, and even Japan. So a lot of experience. And in this video, I'm going to give you a strategy that hopefully you can apply to your business and see much better results for yourself. So as you can see, I'm now inside one of my clients' ad accounts. And as you can see here in front of me, I have 2 campaigns. Now, one of them is active and the other one is completed. I'm just selecting these 2 campaigns to show you what this strategy actually looks like. So in the top campaign here, you see that we have a lot more purchases and a lot more total spend for this campaign. And the reason for that is this campaign, the top one, is what I call the Evergreen campaign. So we actually been running this for the whole year so far, so more than 9 months. And within this campaign, we only have one active broad ad set, and then we just apply a bunch of different ads over the year to try to outperform the previous best performing ads. Now, the reason why we're able to just continue to run with this campaign is because there's no time limited offers in this campaign. This campaign is mainly built up of ads that's focusing on building awareness and showing the benefits and unique selling points of the product to the customer. But we're not mentioning any specific time limited sales or anything like that. Those campaigns we actually do separately. And I'm going to get more into that and why we separate those things out. But I just firstly want to tell you the benefits of having an Evergreen campaign that's been running for this long. So if we open the campaign up and we look at the results, and as you can see over the year, the results have definitely been fluctuating up and down, which is totally normal. But the benefits of not turning it off has made the campaign lately very effective. So if you look at a ROAS for the total of the whole year so far, we have a 2.3 or 2.29 ROAS. But if we go and just look at the last 30 days, you see that we're now above 3x ROAS, which is extremely profitable for this business. And my main point here is that we would probably not be able to get this high ROAS at this volume if we didn't stack up all the data and social engagement that we have been doing so far this year. And that gets me to the first and main benefit of running with the Evergreen campaign strategy. When you just have one campaign running for a long time, and as you can see here, we only even have one ad set. Over time, we're going to build up momentum. And we're going to build momentum in 2 ways. The first way we're going to build momentum is what I call the data momentum. And that is because it's just one ad set within this campaign. So all the data that comes in over time is going to just be allocated to this one ad set. And if you know the learning phase and what that is, basically the optimization process for the algorithm to optimize the targeting of the ad set happens on the ad set level. So the more data you have per ad set, the smarter the ad set is going to be. It's going to be better at finding you new potential customers that are highly likely to convert. And another really important point to take away from this is that data is not just the main thing. You also need the data to be fresh. What that means is the data needs to be relevant, right? It needs to be events engagement happening on the ads or events being tracked on your website that is fairly recent, because if it's not, then data is not as valuable for the optimization process and the targeting is not going to be as effective. So when you run with an evergreen campaign, over time, you're just going to keep the campaign active so that it always gets in new, fresh data. So at some point, the optimization process is going to have so much data and so much history in the account that it starts to perform better and better. And when it starts to perform a little bit better and it gets profitable and you can start to scale it a little bit, then obviously when you scale it, you put more money behind it and it gets even more impressions and more data coming in. And then you will be able to scale it even further. And when it gets more data, it also gets smarter. So it turns into this snowball effect of getting better and better performance. Now, all this being said, the main problem that you have is that your campaign is probably not profitable enough for you to maintain it and keep running it. Now, I have a lot of other videos talking about bid strategy, and that's exactly what you need to be looking at if you're just not profitable, because there's actually ways you can force your campaign to be profitable and keep it active. So that might mean you're not getting as much volume as you want, but you can definitely keep the campaign active instead of turning it off and starting up a new campaign, because that's just a strategy that's not the best. I've seen this with so many advertisers when I go in and audit their accounts. When they're turning on and off campaigns and they try new stuff all the time, they never get to the point where they actually build up momentum. And that's actually a thing that I think a lot of, especially new advertisers, don't really understand. The momentum, as it builds, it actually can get you really, really good results. So being patient is definitely difficult, being a business owner or a stakeholder in the business. But if you can allow yourself to be patient and apply the right strategy, over time, we have seen for so many of our clients much better results, because the optimization process on the ad set gets better, so it gets more data over time. But you will also be able to test new ads within the same ad set and try to outcompete your best performers and continuously learn and then optimize ad creative and ads. And that's also a huge benefit of running with the same campaign for a long time. Now, the other type of momentum that you will start to gain by using the evergreen campaign strategy is the social engagement that will start to stack on the ads that you're running with this campaign. So what I mean by this is, over time, because you just have one or two ad sets, and preferably just one ad set, you will also have just one version of all your ads. So you're not spreading your ads across multiple different ad sets and campaigns. That means the ad just has one unique ad ID. And that also means that all the social engagements, all the comments, likes, and shares that happens on the ad is being just applied to one ad instead of being spread across multiple ones. So as you can see, as an example, this ad right here that's been performing pretty well for one of our clients, it started to get a lot of comments and a lot of likes, as you can see, and that made the performance a lot better. And the reason for that is social engagement actually acts as social proof on the ads itself. So we've seen this many times with our clients. An ad that's not really working that well in the beginning and might be slightly better than some of the best performers or pretty even with them. But over time, as we continue to run it and it starts to get more comments and engagement, the ad becomes a lot more effective. And I think there's multiple reasons for that. One is, again, the engagement acts as social proof. But another thing is Facebook and Meta as a company, they really want people to engage with your ads. That's good for the platform. So if your ad gets good engagement and Meta sees that, oh, this ad is actually keeping our users on the platform, that's going to be a win-win, because you can run your ads and they can keep their users on their platform. So that, I think, is the main reason why this works so well and why it's so important to stack social engagement on your ads, because it can really make a huge difference on your performance. So now, as you understand the evergreen campaign strategy, I'm going to explain a little bit more about what you do when you run a time-limited promotion or a sale and you want to run ads on that as well. What we do for our clients, and something that works really, really well, is just separating another campaign where we only apply those promotional ads within. So as you can see, as an example here, we have the evergreen campaign on the top, and then we ran this for, I think, 1 or 2 weeks, this promotional campaign. And this campaign only exists of the ads that inform, the target audience about the sale. So there is one potential issue, but it's not actually an issue that could occur here. And that is the overlap between the two campaigns, because you are essentially targeting the same audience, the same people, with two different campaigns. So what happens is you're kind of bidding against yourself. So you're competing to get placements in front of the same people with two different campaigns, which can make it a little bit more expensive for you, depending on how big or small your audience is. But we've never really seen an issue of this. And I think the reason is the Evergreen campaign is mostly just focused on giving the information and unique selling propositions of your product. But the promotional campaign will just be focused on the sale itself and how much they save by taking action. And over time, there's going to be a lot of people that just don't have enough urgency, or they don't have any argument that's building urgency for them to take action with just the Evergreen ads. So those will continue to see your ads over time. They might be interested, but they just need that little push to convert. And when they finally see a good offer that's time limited, that might be enough to just push them over the edge and make them into a customer. So when we run this strategy, we actually see no issues with the overlap. We're not seeing that for any of our clients. So I highly recommend you separating this out, because if you include the promotional ads in the Evergreen campaign, that can mess up the optimization process, because now probably those ads are going to be kind of effective. So more of the spend of the ad set or the campaign is going to be allocated to these new ads that you added into the campaign. But obviously these ads are ads you can't run forever because they're time limited. They're based on a time limited offer. So as you turn them off, it's going to mess up with the budget allocation for that campaign. And you're also going to lose a little bit of data coming in on those best performers previously when you add in promotional ads in the Evergreen campaign. So keep that in mind. That's why we separate it out. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into how you make the most effective promotional campaign strategy. That's something I'm going to be talking about in next week's video. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when I launch my video. You can also sign up to my newsletter with the link in the description of this video, and that way you'll get an email when I publish that video. And in that video, I'm going to go more in depth of how you can, set up the most effective promotional strategy and apply that to your meta ads to get the most out of your promotions. So I highly recommend to subscribe to get notified about that. And I really hope you found this video valuable and you got something out of it. Please comment down below if you ever used Evergreen strategy before. I will be really happy to hear if anybody else has had really good success with that. That being said, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.